Hello virtual pilots, I am Andre Celesti and welcome to the Andersen Air Force Base in Guam, where two helicopters are about to go head-to-head in the first stage of the ROTOR HIP Championship here at How I Play. Today, the deadly KA-50 will go against the Apache in a fast-paced and low-level race packed with difficult turns. They will start at the top of runway 24 right, where they will perform a takeoff and continue in a fast straight line. At the end of the runway, the first corner awaits with a tight turn to the right, followed by another one, so they will need to control their speeds and level. After that, they will roll past the containers and prepare to engage targets. They will need to hit at least one in order to progress to the next round. Then the pilots will face a tricky turn to the right, packed with obstacles that can prove deadly, followed by a short straight, which ends in another tight bend, this time to the left. Beware the massive hangers on the right when performing the maneuver. Next is another straight that continues along the taxiway, followed by a zigzag course where the pilots will need to maintain correct speed in order to prepare for landing. Waiting for them past the last turn to the left is the finish line, where the pilots will need to land before touching the line. Penalties are given for crossing the height barrier and failing to land properly before the finish line. And first to enter the race is the KA-50 Black Shark 3. Wearing a dark gloss livery by Logan 54, the Black Shark is a worthy adversary for the Apache. With its unique twin rotor system, it should keep very stable along the course. Weighing a little bit more than the Apache, but the pilot is confident that he can set a good time today. And all systems are ready, the weather is just perfect for a race today. As the front of the helicopter passes the start line, the race is on. And with an abrupt balance takeoff, we start! Landing gear is up. And now the pilot needs to gain speed, but also remember he needs to keep low as much as possible in order to avoid any penalties. The KA-50 is powered by the Klimov TV3 117 turboshaft engine. It can reach a maximum speed of 315 km per hour or 196 miles per hour. Both helicopters are worthy adversaries today. I wonder who takes the lead in the tournament. For those of you who missed the previous race between the Hind and the Hip or the Gazelle and the Huey, you can check it out after this video and you can see who won the first stage in those classes. The Shark looks confident and gained an impressive speed while just under the allowed altitude. As we approach the first bend, we notice a pitch nose attitude in order to lower its speed. The pilot clearly passed the altitude barrier. This may just be penalized. First turn went well, very tight. Here comes the second one. Very clean cut. This time he managed to stay in the boundaries. Remember, the KA-50 isn't known for high-speed cornering. Passing the containers, the Black Shark is preparing to engage the targets. He needs to score at least one hit in order to progress to the next round. The targets are very large oil wagons that will burst in flames as soon as they get a valid hit. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4 valid hits. Not that he wasn't sure, but he wanted to put up a show. Even going through the flames. We need some volumetric effects here, guys. I wonder, is that Petrovich? A great pass between the light poles, perfect stability and determination. Still keeping under the level barrier and preparing for the next bend. The Shark seems fast. He may have lost a few seconds before, but we will see. High nose attitude again. And crossing the level barrier once more. That's not good. It's a very dangerous bend and the pilots do tend to make mistakes here. Back on track and gaining speed, he continues on the straight path. Performing a banking turn to the left, he keeps as much speed as he can, but this can prove deadly if not managed correctly. And yet again crossing the barrier. Managed to recover fast, and now preparing for landing. He still has quite some speed, maybe he shaves it off in the last bend before the finish line. Once again, the pilot needs to land prior or on the line for a perfect landing, otherwise they are risking a penalty. Speed is high, this doesn't look good. He is lining up for the finish. Let's see. Landed before the finish line at quite some speed. Oh, and it seems the front wheels gave up. This doesn't look good. Oh well, the KA-50 made it in 2 minutes and 52 seconds. Best time here at the track until so far. But definitely we will see some penalties for the landing. Next up is the Apache, wearing a Griffin Squadron livery by Sproul and packing the 30mm chain gun. The Apache is a bit more lighter on the feet than the KA-50 today, so he may just have a small advantage. Remember that in the end it's all about the pilot when it comes to a course like this, and mistakes are getting penalized. So let's see what the Apache can do on this first stage of the championship. We have liftoff. And we start! The Apache is powered by two General Electric's T700 engines and has a maximum speed of 293 km per hour or 165 miles per hour. We have a stable flight and the pilot seems in control. He keeps the helicopter in place and under the level barrier. The pace looks good until so far on this straight line. But I notice a slight delay compared to the Black Shark. They have to be careful. They are getting ready for the first bend. Remember, the Black Shark breached the altitude barrier. Let's see how the Apache performs. Clean turn and stable. Same for the second turn. The pilot doesn't like to risk it, and with no penalties here, they can continue confident of a good time. The only thing, they need to push for speed. Next is the target practice. The KA-50 did a good job here. Maybe it took too long as the course requires only one target destroyed. What is going on? He should be in fixed mode. Does George shoot or the pilot? Alright, he got one. But really, what happened? He got a second hit but didn't penetrate the tanker. Well, that was an anticlimactic moment. They need to keep up. Didn't go for the tight turn, losing more time here. Oh, and that looks nice, but is it fast enough? Time is ticking on a small straight here to the hangars. Remember, this turn is a very difficult one. Slowing down. They may have passed the level barrier. Nope, all good. Now continuing along the last straight. Somehow the pilot seems to keep it slow. They may be on to something, but I don't know. And passing the zigzag course. Okay, we got flares. The Apache is putting a show. And now the last turn and preparing for landing. That looked fast. More flares. This doesn't look good for the Apache as we move past 3 minutes. And landed before the finish line with 3 minutes and 26 seconds. Can the Apache make it today? We will still need to see the results. So this was an exciting first stage for these two iconic helicopters. Now let's find out who is the winner for today as we calculate the timings and penalties. But don't worry, you will definitely see both these helicopters race again in the next stage of the ROTOR HIP Championship. And we got the results. The Apache finished in 3 minutes and 26 seconds with 1 target destroyed and no penalties. The KA-50 finished in 2 minutes and 52 seconds with 4 targets destroyed and 5 seconds penalty for passing the level barrier and a hard landing, with a final time of 2 minutes and 57 seconds, so the Black Shark wins the first round of the Rotor Hip Championship, taking the lead for now. But this is not the end. These two helicopters will meet again next time in the second round of the Rotor Hip Championship. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you give us a like and subscribe in order to keep in touch with all the latest news and entertaining content here at How I Play. I'm Andre Celesti, reminding you to fly safe, and I'll see you next time.